Hidden within the pages of history lies a people whose stories are as mysterious as they are captivating. The Shawnee, a Native American tribe with roots stretching deep into the heart of North America, remain shrouded in intrigue. Their enigmatic origins, extraordinary leaders, and rich traditions defy simple explanation, leaving behind a legacy that continues to spark curiosity. From prophecies that shook nations to myths of underground worlds, their history is filled with secrets waiting to be uncovered. What follows are 15 truly remarkable facts about the Shawnee, each a key to unlocking a deeper understanding of their extraordinary place in history. The origins of the Shawnee remain an enigma. Their name translates to Southerner, yet during European contact, they resided in regions like the Ohio Valley, far from the south. This contradiction suggests a long history of migration, possibly involving centuries of movement influenced by conflict, trade, and environmental changes. Despite extensive research, there is no definitive explanation for where they first emerged or why their name reflects southern ties. Adding to the mystery, archaeological findings hint that the Shawnee may have been linked to the ancient mound-building societies that flourished in the Midwest, such as the Adena and Hopewell cultures. However, no direct evidence confirms this connection. Their history, preserved largely through oral traditions, leaves gaps that historians and archaeologists continue to study. The Shawnee's origins remain a puzzle, sparking curiosity about their ancient past and migration patterns. The Shawnee were exceptional tacticians, employing guerrilla warfare to outmaneuver larger, better-equipped enemies. They used the dense forests of the eastern woodlands to their advantage, setting ambushes, creating diversions, and disappearing into the wilderness before counterattacks could be organized. This ability allowed them to resist colonial forces effectively and often turn battles in their favor, even when outnumbered. One of their most famous military successes occurred during the Battle of Blue Licks in 1782, where a coalition of Shawnee and allies decisively defeated American frontiersmen. Their strategic prowess not only demonstrated their skill, but also made them a formidable force that colonial powers both feared and respected. These tactics, combined with an intimate knowledge of the land, ensured their influence during critical moments of early American history. Tecumseh, the legendary Shawnee leader, is surrounded by stories of prophecy. He is most famous for allegedly cursing US presidents, predicting that those elected in years ending in 0 would die in office. This superstition, often called Tecumseh's curse, gained attention after the deaths of presidents like Abraham Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt, and John F. Kennedy in such years. Tecumseh's foresight extended beyond the curse. He predicted devastating earthquakes, such as the New Madrid earthquakes of 1811 to 1812, which rocked the Mississippi Valley. These natural disasters aligned with his warnings of chaos unless native tribes united to resist European encroachment. Tecumseh's blend of political strategy, spiritual insight, and oratory skill left a legacy that still captivates historians and enthusiasts alike. The Shawnee society was meticulously organized into 5 clans, each with distinct responsibilities. The Panther clan was known for leadership, the Turtle clan for hunting, and the Wolf clan for safeguarding the tribe. The Snake clan focused on diplomacy, while the Raccoon clan played roles in ceremonies. These clans ensured that every member contributed to the tribe's survival and governance. Membership in a clan was matrilineal, meaning lineage was traced through the mother. This system not only preserved order, but also strengthened social bonds. Clan roles were considered sacred, and individuals took pride in fulfilling their duties. This organized structure allowed the Shawnee to maintain stability and cultural identity through centuries of change and upheaval. The Shawnee held the moon in high regard, viewing it as a protective grandmother figure. They believed the moon guided them in times of uncertainty and played a vital role in agricultural cycles. Rituals and ceremonies were often timed with the moon's phases, reflecting its importance in their daily lives and spiritual practices. This reverence for the moon set the Shawnee apart from many neighboring tribes who focused more on the sun. Stories passed down through generations highlighted the moon's nurturing presence and its influence over the natural world. For the Shawnee, the grandmother moon was more than a celestial body. It was a source of wisdom and a spiritual guardian. The Shawnee were exceptional river navigators, utilizing waterways like the Ohio and Mississippi rivers to travel vast distances for trade, diplomacy, and war. Their lightweight but durable canoes, crafted from hollowed-out logs or bark, allowed them to navigate even the most challenging currents. This mastery of river travel gave them a strategic advantage, connecting them with distant tribes and enabling swift movement during conflicts. Rivers were lifelines for the Shawnee, serving as vital trade routes where they exchanged goods such as furs, tools, and food with other tribes and European settlers. They mapped waterways with an intimate knowledge of their twists, turns, and seasonal changes. This reliance on rivers not only strengthened their economy, but also allowed them to maintain a vast network of alliances, enhancing their influence across multiple regions. The Shawnee were skilled astronomers who used the stars to guide their agricultural and navigational practices. They identified specific constellations to mark planting and harvesting seasons, ensuring their crops thrived in the changing climates of the eastern woodlands. These star-based calendars were integral to their survival, reflecting a deep understanding of celestial movements. In addition to agriculture, constellations were used for navigation, enabling the Shawnee to traverse large territories without written maps. Oral traditions conveyed the stories and meanings behind the stars, passing this knowledge through generations. Their ability to interpret the night sky showcased an advanced understanding of astronomy that rivaled early European knowledge. This expertise was a critical tool for both their cultural practices and practical survival. The Shawnee's oral histories contain stories that hint at encounters with ancient megafauna, such as mastodons. These legends describe enormous, elephant-like creatures that roamed the land, possibly inspired by fossil discoveries or ancient cultural memories. Such stories provide a fascinating glimpse into how the Shawnee interpreted their natural environment and preserved knowledge across generations. Their oral traditions extend beyond extinct animals, covering themes like migration, war, and relationships with other tribes. These narratives were detailed and vividly told, serving as both historical records and moral lessons. The Shawnee's oral histories remain a valuable source for understanding their worldview, offering a bridge to their past that written records cannot fully replicate. The Shawnee were masterful users of wampum belts, intricate beadworks crafted from shells, to record agreements, convey messages, and solidify alliances. Each belt was unique, with patterns and colors carrying specific meanings that could only be interpreted by trained individuals. These belts were not just decorative, they were vital tools in diplomacy and communication. Wampum belts also held spiritual significance, often used in ceremonies to symbolize peace or resolve conflicts. The Shawnee's skill in crafting and using these belts enabled them to navigate complex political landscapes and established trust with other tribes and European settlers. Their reliance on wampum reflects their ingenuity in blending artistry with practicality. The Shawnee used dance as a powerful tool for resistance and unity. One of the most notable was the Prophet's Dance, led by Tecumseh's brother. This ritual aimed to unite native tribes against European encroachment and reclaim their cultural and spiritual identities. The dance symbolized renewal, urging participants to reject European goods and return to traditional practices. These dances were more than symbolic. They played a practical role in fostering solidarity among tribes that might otherwise have remained divided. The Prophet's Dance became a rallying cry for resistance during critical moments in Shawnee history, such as Tecumseh's efforts to form a pan-tribal confederacy. Through dance, the Shawnee found strength, resilience, and a shared purpose in the face of adversity. The Shawnee believed in a fascinating myth about an underground world inhabited by a different race of beings. According to their stories, this subterranean realm was accessible through specific caves or openings in the earth. These beings were often described as powerful and mysterious, with abilities that could influence the surface world. This mythology reflected the Shawnees' spiritual connection to the land and their curiosity about the unknown. The stories of the underground world were often intertwined with moral lessons or explanations for natural phenomena, such as earthquakes or unusual geological formations. These beliefs added a layer of mysticism to their worldview, offering insights into how they interpreted the unseen aspects of their environment. The concept of a hidden world beneath their feet remains one of the most intriguing elements of Shawnee spirituality. The Shawnee played a critical role in shaping the outcome of the French and Indian War, 1754 to 1763. Initially aligned with the French, they provided crucial support by using their intimate knowledge of the land to conduct raids and ambushes against British forces. Their contributions helped the French gain early advantages in the conflict. However, the Shawnees' alliances were not static. As the war progressed, they strategically shifted their support to ensure their own survival and interests. This adaptability showcased their political acumen and ability to navigate the complex power struggles between European powers. By the war's end, the Shawnee had cemented their reputation as influential players in the broader conflict, demonstrating the significant impact indigenous nations had on colonial history. The Shawnee were renowned for their skill in creating intricate quill work. Using dyed porcupine quills, they adorned clothing, bags, and ceremonial items with vibrant patterns and designs. This labor-intensive process required precision and creativity, as quills were flattened, dyed, and sewn onto leather or fabric. Quill work was not just decorative. It held cultural significance, with specific designs representing clans, spiritual beliefs, or personal achievements. These items were often used in rituals or as gifts to strengthen bonds within the community. The Shawnees' mastery of this art form highlights their dedication to preserving their cultural identity through craftsmanship. Even today, quill work remains a symbol of their artistic heritage, admired for its beauty and cultural depth. The Shawnee endured multiple forced relocations under U.S. government policies, including the Indian Removal Act of 1830. Initially based in the Ohio Valley, they were pushed westward to places like Missouri, Kansas, and eventually Indian Territory, present-day Oklahoma. These relocations often came at great cost, with many losing their lives or livelihoods during the arduous journeys. Despite this repeated displacement, the Shawnee demonstrated remarkable resilience. They rebuilt their communities, maintained their cultural practices, and adapted to new environments. Each migration marked a chapter of survival and resistance against efforts to erase their identity. Today, the Shawnee's perseverance is a testament to their enduring strength in the face of adversity. The Shawnee language, part of the Algonquian family, is a vital aspect of their identity. Once at risk of extinction due to colonial assimilation policies, the language is now being actively revitalized through education programs and community efforts. These initiatives aim to preserve not only the language, but also the cultural knowledge embedded within it. Shawnee elders and linguists work together to teach younger generations, creating a bridge between the past and the future. The language serves as a repository of traditional stories, songs, and ceremonies, ensuring these aspects of Shawnee life are not lost. The revitalization of their language reflects the tribe's commitment to safeguarding their heritage while adapting to modern challenges. Thank you for watching. Do you know any other fascinating facts about the Shawnee Native Americans? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss more incredible facts and untold history.